And we're live.
We're live. Hi, I'm Sapphy.
And I'm Mystic.
And Mystic, I hope your finger feels better soon.
That's what I get for rushing to stream.
So at the last minute, he has to take laundry out of the laundry machine. He comes up and then he's trying to talk to me. I was checking something else on my phone about little buddy, and he's talking to me about it. I'm like, huh? What? Are we streaming? Oh, your finger hurts. I'm sorry. I'm the worst wife ever is what I'm trying to say right now.
It's not a huge deal, but it's like my finger's very twitchy right now. So
Okay.
it got bent the wrong way, essentially.
Yeah, well, if for some reason we'll be deficient with the pew-pew, we can always switch it up a little bit. But
It's up to the chat. There's a tie.
There's a tie.
Because I screwed up on the poll and had it set for ending a week from now. So
yeah, that was
Whoops.
unintentional. And I was always, thanks Arcane for, Arcane was the one who first came into the chat and said, we're streaming tonight, right? Like, yes! We just noticed that the poll date was wrong, but yes.
So the choices from when I last checked were the Firewalker DLC or the missions for Bay, which would then lead into that DLC.
Yes. So the Firewalker DLC would probably only be tonight. It's like 3 different branching off parts of that mission, and it's mostly watching the Hammerhead go through stuff.
It's mostly watching the Hammerhead try to mine in stupid areas that it doesn't. Yeah, it's.
And like hopping lava stones and stuff like that.
Someone likened it to. It's not a bad thing to play if your alternative is stapling parts of your anatomy to something else. Like
Mystic is trying so hard to keep it family friendly, and we're playing Mass Effect 2. This game ain't family friendly, Mystic. You could have said what you wanted to say.
No. It's more family friendly than Spec Ops: The Line.
Oh, jeez.
Or that game that we covered and never released.
Oh, jeez. No, let's not speak of that. All right, we're staring at the back of Shepard's head for way too long.
All right.
So,
well,
chat
has to decide between those two missions.
Here's your choice. We're either going to do the Hammerhead DLC, where we hop across lava lakes and mine for minerals with the Hammerhead, or we're going to do the beginning of Bay's DLC, which, should we say what it is called?
We actually don't even have it yet. Wait, do we have it?
I think we do.
Yes, we kind of. Lair of the Shadow Broker, yes.
Lair of the Shadow Broker, yes.
Because if there's one thing we've learned from BioWare games, specifically stuff like Inquisition, is that BioWare does not check for spoilers in their DLC.
Check for what?
Spoilers in when DLCs are made available to the player.
Yeah.
For instance, we don't know much about the Shadow Broker here. We don't know that she's tracking down. Do we know she's tracking down? I don't think we even know she's tracking down.
I think she mentioned something about working for him so far. So we know that she's connected to him.
But we know nothing about her tracking the Shadow Broker down.
Yeah.
Like in, spoilers for Inquisition, you can get the Antiquarian.
Yeah.
And the Antiquarian DLC will talk about Corypheus's forces even before you know it's Corypheus. It literally has the line Corypheus's forces. Whatever.
Oh yeah, Antiquarian. Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to get to Antiquarian until later in the game, I thought.
No, it pops up before that if you have it already. The thing is, the DLC came out later than most people probably had it. But if you're playing new, BioWare doesn't pay attention to that stuff, unfortunately.
Well, there's a lot of theories about that too. So anyway, So generality summarized this great. Your options are either romance or space cargo. Brr.
Pretty much, space cargo burr is the smaller of the two.
So Bay or Burr?
Oh God.
So space girlfriend or space car? What do you want? Scott goes, covered, never released, lore together lore? Haha. Yes, that actually is.
Yeah.
When we mentioned it, when we did the live stream for that Halloween, when we pivoted,
Yeah, we mentioned what it was at some point, and everyone's like, Yeah, we can see why that wasn't.
No, it wasn't even that we mentioned it. We said it was awful and we couldn't cover it. Somebody guessed correctly. We confirmed, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, no, you don't want to do that." Yeah. So, I don't even remember what it's called, and I don't need to bring it up because it's got the one thing that actually I would legitimately say kind of like triggers me from like distancing myself from media. Mystic and I have had conversations about that.
Yep.
But we're chat. Your assignment, if you choose to accept it, is: are we gonna be pursuing space base missions, or are we gonna be pursuing space cars missions? Space bay or space car?
It's just a shame because space car has absolutely no reason for being in this game.
I don't know.
They literally
why they did that. I think they wanted to.
They did it because people wanted the Mako, and so they're like, oh, we'll put a DLC with another vehicle in it, and it's like, no.
No. We said the Mako, not the Hammerhead. So for
I want the Nomad, but that's in Andromeda.
That's in
No
Andromeda.
messages
The Nomad.
for you, Commander.
The Nomad is the true successor of the Mako. Let's be perfectly honest. Because the thing that was great about the Mako was it was almost you
I
could
might check upgrades while we wait.
Yeah. So the Nomad, like the Mako, is a vehicle you could drive the craziest way possible, and you would still most likely get back on track and get to where you need to go, because it's built in a way where even if the person driving the car is not the best at driving in a video game, you still do what you need to do, and it's just a cool take. And that's what the Mako was, and the Mako was really good. The only person I know who's been able to flip over the Mako so it doesn't drive again was one time Mystic was able to do that when we first started playing, and I said that's not supposed to be possible. And I'm going to blame myself by proxy just because I've never seen it happen again. So I think people didn't realize that. So Hammerhead is a hovercraft, and it has you going in a very specific path, very specific terrains, and that was not what was fun about the Mako.
Yeah.
The Mako was more of an open terrain exploration tank, and the Hammerhead is a linear hovercraft with occasional shooty shoot and occasional scanny scan. It's not the Mako in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
So that's me not selling it. No, chat. Where I'm refreshing because I don't see the chat saying anything. Chat, space bay or space car? Space bay or space car?
Oh, we can level up. Let's see. Oh no, I'm waiting to get warp and overload. So yeah, we'll wait.
Okay. I feel bad because I feel like I have. You know what? I can downsell. Arcane goes, I already voted, so. Oh, if you were the. Yeah. Limited range hovercraft. You sure this isn't Final Fantasy? Wait, which one's that? Final Fantasy 4? Sorry, it took me a while to read my Roman numerals. You sure this isn't Final Fantasy 4? I wish I knew what you were referencing. Thank you, Scott. I wish I knew you were referencing. It is not, but there is space magic, so maybe, I don't know. There might be some. So, alright, so Arcane says she voted.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that was for Hammerhead. Scott, generality, any preferences?
I don't know why this is a thing.
What? Film grain?
Yeah.
It's good for like recording stuff. Generality goes, I voted. That's right, you did. Scott, do you want to be our tiebreaker? Everybody. I know, not again, but here we are, Scott.
Where are we going?
Film grade, in case you want to post an analysis video on YouTube. That's exactly what I was thinking, generality.
And also in case you want to have just the worst video compression.
I'm gonna mute for a quick second so I can blow my gooey nose.
So we're either going to Firewalker or we're going to Ilium. They're both right next to each other, so that's helpful.
Scott, I could confirm that Arcane and Generality did not vote the same way. Okay, TV7's here. And
right.
his vote? Blue Space Boobers.
Okay, sounds like... I'm sorry to say, Scott, but at this point, I think if you're not going to weigh in the next, 10 seconds...
Scott was going to flip a coin, so I think Blue Space Boobers is the most opinion we get.
Okay, fair enough. Ilium it is. That was a good quarter of our stream.
Yeah. Scott, thank you for understanding there. We hate... First, we hate also making it a decision when we feel like our patrons and fans should make it too. So we definitely delayed that. Generality goes, love wins. We will do Hammerhead. As much as I feel bad because now I've squawked at how bad Hammerhead is. Hammerhead's not Mako.
Who are we taking with us? Let's not take this take long. We're already behind.
Okay, who do we want on team? We could
literally do Team Mass Effect 1. Just Tali and Garrison.
Yeah. Is there anybody we've never taken though?
Samara, aside from her loyalty mission.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Thane. Zaid, we've never taken. Kasumi, we've only taken for... Well, no, I think Kasumi we took for one other thing, but...
Yeah. Kasumi we've definitely taken to other stuff before, I can guarantee.
Thane, I don't think we took Grunt on anything but his loyalty mission.
The vote is Team Mass Effect 1, so Tali and Garrus.
That's what we got?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, because both Arcane and Scott are good with that. So, I can feel the drill instructor move tonight. Mystic is not military. He's just got a time crunch here because he knows that his wife Pumpkin's out close to 10 o'clock Central. Though we might go a little longer than usual tonight, depending on how things go. We also got drilled into that because, it wasn't even months ago when little buddy would wake up again, and we'd have to put him back in bed a lot, or sometime between 9:30 and 11. Yeah, knock on the wood. That has not been happening as much recently. And luckily, this is also one of those live streams where if it does happen, it's not as big of a deal.
Members of Eclipse Mercenary Band are facing tough questions after violence erupted at a gang-controlled warehouse. Detective Anaya, assigned to the case, has requested formal sanctions.
We were always told that Ilium is one of the safest places in the galaxy, until you fell off the grid. Sign the wrong contract, join up with the wrong company, or walk down the wrong alley, and it's as dangerous as anywhere else. Don't let this place fool you. It's no safer here than Omega.
It's really interesting because I was talking about that with somebody's perceptions of the suburbs, because they went to a place that had social social offered in the suburbs. But
you should try it
they were
my
like,
way.
I don't see where the clientele would be. It's like, oh, they're hidden. They're in the little nooks and crannies. It's a similar idea to what Garrus is just talking about.
Okay, so we have to find other server nodes, it looks like.
Yes.
Alright. I don't know.
Oh, happy May Day, everybody.
I don't know where the other one is. I think it's in the docking area, though.
If this is the best you have, I'll make do.
Which is not this way. That's Eternal.
Simulators are compatible with both my suit and
Come on, Shepard, you can run.
Absolutely. In fact, I use this module once.
the data is vital. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important call.
I overheard you talking. Is this the data you're looking for?
The Kurosa Generational Archive. You found it. Thank you. My whole family has been worried. That data is irreplaceable. I didn't think I'd get it back from Nasana's corporate building.
Why is this data so important anyway?
It's a genetic history for the entire Kurosa family. It's used for high-level reproductive negotiations. It would be like a human pedigree, I suppose. Without it, you're bargaining from a greatly weakened position. Losing this would have hurt my family for generations, maybe even destroyed it.
If this data is so important, why didn't you have backups?
We did. A rival family introduced a computer virus and our techs were sloppy. The virus destroyed all our data. I just spent a fortune getting the data recovered and reconstructed when Nasana went crazy. We live in a world of infinite data redundancy. To lose something so important because of one crazy Asari?
There's your data. I hope it helps your family.
You have no idea, human. I don't know who you are or how you got it, but thank you. Here, for your trouble. Blessings be upon you. You've certainly blessed us.
One thing to remind people, if you forgot, is that Solarian's birth rate is like either 80 or 90% males in the egg clutches. So that's why breeding standards are such a big deal, because not all males will find a partner. And if the women, there's a lot of matriarchal power back on the home planet because the women kind of have to stay home to have children
Sounds like an awful
because
thing
of
to
how
legalize.
All the dangers are
few
right
of them
there
are
in the
there.
package. It's legally required. Who reads language stuff? So consider it a way to.
It's a very interesting concept, I found. And to have it in a way where it's more of a matriarchal power pivot rather than what we would assume is more of a patriarchal thing.
You're sure gateway weapons and armor are good enough for a clip?
Oh, blue rose of Helium, let your roots dig deep into the hot soil of Tuchanka. Let our scorching sun and sheeting rain turn your supple beauty into strength. For if our love is to survive, it must grow thorns to pierce the hand of any that would uproot it.
Krogan poetry.
What do you want? Sorry, that damn Krogan's love poems are getting on my nerves.
Is that Krogan bothering you?
No, you don't need to hurt him or anything. He's harmless. Which, I know, Krogan, so it's hard to believe. His name is Char. We're kind of dating, but, well, we're on a break. And he's trying to show me how sensitive he is by, well, wooing me. It's really bad.
So why are the two of you on a break?
He's serious. Serious, as in talking about kids. Char is a great guy to date, but for something permanent... Krogans live long lives. It's not like dating a human where you just stick it out for a century till they die. No offense. It made me wonder if he really likes me, or if he just wants kids. He can't have them any other way, you know, because of the genophage.
That sounds like a question you should ask him.
I did. I don't think he realized that our kids would always have been Asari. Non-Asari don't always get that we're not taking alien DNA, we're just using it to randomize some of the genetic information. Anyway, Char was quiet for a long time. Then he said that he'd love our girls no matter what color they were.
It doesn't seem common for Asari to date Krogan. What brought you two together?
He's a fun guy, really smart, especially for a Krogan. And he's got a good job as a transport technician. It's fun to join a mercenary guild or dance at bars for a few centuries, but eventually you hit the matron stage, you know? Then you get your back tattoo removed, let your scalp go back to its natural blue, and settle down with someone dependable.
That is us, here and now.
You need to talk to your boyfriend. He's just gonna keep shouting poetry until you do.
I know, but it's tough. I like him a lot. Hell, I love him. But I don't know if he's permanent Bond material.
Oh my gosh.
Come to me, blue rose of
Look at him. He's obviously crazy about you.
Is he? I mean, what if he just wants to have kids? Am I just his baby-making machine? He said I wasn't, but...
If he said that, then you either trust him, so you have nothing to worry about, or you don't, and you've already decided.
I guess I hadn't thought about it like that. And I do trust him, if he said it. I'm going to talk to him. Here, I've given you a discount at the terminal. Thanks for the help.
Shepard spitting hot fire. That is true, by the way. If you can't trust what they say, then the decision's already made.
Oh, good. More fish that I can kill.
Yes. Scott goes, so genetic one-child policy sort of imbalanced and artificial one by law. But I wouldn't call it one child. So this is the thing. Because Solarians are kind of more amphibious, they lay tons of eggs at once. But only like 10 to 20% of them are women.
She loves the garden. We could add a
So,
pond. What about you?
Scott goes, oh.
Can I help you with
Mystic,
something?
I was still...
I apologize. I didn't know this was going to be a quest. I thought this was going to be just shopping.
Oh. Well, let me
Please,
quickly go
finish.
through. Scott goes, oh no, not the break. It can work for some couples, and other times it does not. Mystic and I have never had a break. That's not our style, so I can't speak to how that's ever worked for me. Generally goes, Krogan poetry better than Vogon poetry. And then
honestly, if you listen to his poetry, it's not the worst.
It's not the worst.
And it definitely has heart to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he obviously I think he obviously cares.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he didn't care, he would just start calling her like names and stuff. I think it would have been a very different thing. And then generally goes, I'm starting to think that he deserves better than her. You know, I could see that. I don't think it's that though. I think it's more for her, she's on the precipice of commitment. And
Yeah.
like, I think it's easier if you're a long-lived species and you're expected to have multiple partners over time. If it was a human or a Solarian or some of the other races, it wouldn't be a long courtship. You know, you would stay, even if it was a century, you'd still have another few centuries to go. And with a Krogan, they live like at least 400 years, right?
they're up to thousands, I believe.
They're up to
Like, they're up
1,000.
to
So
1,000.
that's your partner. You're set. It's much more kind of like a regular human marriage. So she's probably did not ever expect to find somebody she wanted to spend the rest of her life with, because that is not normal for Asari, especially because they're very much encouraged not to procreate with their own. I mean, Samara
Right.
is evidence as to why. So
If you like Char, though, just remember Char does have an appearance in Mass Effect. Like, most of these characters will appear in Mass Effect 3 as well. So
yes, Char will come back in Mass Effect 3. Oh. Mystic was like,
Mass Effect 3 is not a happy game. Let's go with
not
that.
a happy game.
All right, I'm going to continue with this because I totally forgot about this whole thing.
Yeah.
I talked to an old friend, Conrad Werner. You told him that the Eternity Lounge was selling red sand.
Oh, you're Conrad's friend. Yes, that place is really dangerous. I should know. I'm an undercover cop. Did you get me the deed to the bar? I need the deed to, stop the red sand dealers.
Sometimes I do want the Renegade option. But
I know, but not this time. Sorry.
I softened up the bar owner, but you need to go in and finish them off.
Really? Are you sure?
Absolutely. You just need to close the deal. Go in, be tough, and let them know you're with me. They'll hand the deed right over.
Wow, great. Here, I'll set you up for a discount.
Perfect.
Thanks for the help.
Don't cry, TB7. Don't cry. This guy says I keep forgetting about the lifespan ranges. Yeah, they
This should
do
come in
kind
handy.
of count in the lore overall of Mass Effect, which is nice. Where's in Dragon Age, lifespans are pretty much the same, but there is, at least at the beginning of the Dragon Age series, the idea that there were immortal races. And the differences are much less much less much less genetically established as they are in Mass Effect comparatively.
I forgot that it got angry and deleted the code that you already found.
Oh, really? I forgot about that too.
It's just, we're looking for weapons. Shouldn't you be taking this seriously?
Hey, I'm 60 years old and finally I'm a... Sometimes you say these things and I don't know. Maybe it's because you had a Batarian father. Wow, you're pulling that on me? My father was an excellent caretaker. And the word you're looking for is pure blood.
I don't remember who the other one is, if there is another one.
You know Irinia won't even talk to the non-Asari customers. It's like she's turned pure blood into her religion or something.
I heard she lost her daughters when the Geth attacked the Citadel.
Just buying everything.
I'm sure she was a pleasure.
It's like the space equivalent of an elf and dwarf hooking up, kind of. Yeah, it kind of is. Generality, I would agree with that.
Okay, there's gotta be one more now.
She's the last of a dying breed.
Yeah, there's 3, right?
Won't be many
You only did
pure-blood
2.
Asari left in a few
I didn't remember if I did when I did for an episode. That's why I was wondering.
Hey, we're friends. I have
Collecting
never
news.
called you that.
No, but you're thinking about it.
Okay, listen. Give Thax a full refund. Do you hear me? He knows. I don't know how. It doesn't matter. Credit him a full
Okay,
refund
the
now. And then get your ass someplace
pure blood
safe.
discussion unfortunately makes me think of Harry Potter vibes, and I'm like,
Eclipse might be fun for you. For me, it's the future. My
Okay,
clan's
yeah, I think
breeding
it's somewhere
strategy is
else. I
at
don't think
stake.
it's on this
Maybe a shirt. Or a card.
area.
Helium. Hey, you're blue shifting already. That's fun,
yeah,
right?
it probably is in a different
Asari
part of
skin color and
Pavilion.
the Doppler effect?
I didn't mean...
Oh,
okay, look,
there it
I'll
is.
take another look at the contract. Maybe
So glad I saw that
needs to be
little-
reclassified.
like-
Forget it, do whatever you want.
And it kind of like blooped up, didn't it?
Is that not? That's not. Oops.
Oh,
Bad luck hacking today.
at least they made this part relatively easy.
Pure bloods are a waste of genetic potential. That's how we get throwbacks like the
Oop.
Ardat Yakshi.
Hey, I don't like pure blood.
Shepard, this is Liara. I've got the data.
They should be prohibited from breeding.
What was your father again?
Salarian.
Trust me, the goods coming in from the Terminus systems are
Oh,
great
I
for
didn't.
business.
Okay, so
I don't know. Some of
a
them
lot of
seem
you guys probably didn't
dangerous.
hear that.
That's the
There
whole
was the line
point.
of, so what was your father again? And the person said Solarian, and we moved too far away for the dialogue, but it said, oh, so you probably didn't get to know him then, did you?
Oh,
Because Solarian only lived to 40
Uh-huh.
or 50, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's a cold line.
Very cold.
Let's go to Eternity and take care of Conrad's thing first.
Quickly.
Yeah. And then go talk to Bay.
So, Mystic, are you thinking that with the way the vote went, do you want to? Should we do Lair the Shower Broker, and then after that we'll do Hammerhead?
I mean, Larry the Shadow Broker is going to be 2 episodes.
No, I know,
probably.
but I mean like order-wise, so we won't need to vote for a little while.
That's good, because I'm terrible at doing polls.
You heard it here first, people. Missed it. Bad at polls.
Damn it! This is just a misunderstanding.
Tell it to the judge. My surveillance vids caught your extortion attempt from 4 different angles.
I was misled. I was told that you had agreed to sell.
Take her away before I have my bartender throw her out.
It's amazing.
What happened? The undercover cop from the weapons kiosk just got arrested.
No, don't do that. Yeah.
She wasn't a cop. She was a deep cover operative from a terrorist cell. I'd never have found her if not for you.
Really?
Really. You did a great job, Conrad. Now please, go home. Let me take it from here.
Can do, Shepard. And thanks. It's really good to have you back.
That naive little boy.
We like Conrad, though.
We do. Outside of the glitch that made him a jerk to Shepard, regardless of how you treated him in the first game.
We like Conrad. He's trying to do well. He just doesn't have the ability.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's trying to do good. He just doesn't have the ability.
For human expansion as the colony on Horizon
Very
has
true,
been
very
attacked. The council has pledged to investigate the matter thoroughly as a possible indication of the
I'm looking for the best tech upgrades you have.
Of course. I can help you figure out what options it would be.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. Thank you for getting me that system data. Here, it's not much, but hopefully it will help you on your mission. Do you remember the Shadow Broker? With the data you got me, I may be able to find information caches from his agents.
I've got a lot on my plate. Remind me who the Shadow Broker is.
He's the most powerful and dangerous information broker in the galaxy. No one knows who he is. Given his resources, there's speculation he may actually be a group operating under one name.
Are you on the run from the Shadow Broker? I can help you.
Actually, it would be more accurate to say that the Shadow Broker is on the run from me. We crossed paths not long after you died. Since then, I've been working to take him down. With this data, I'm a step closer.
I've never seen you ready to execute someone in cold blood. What did the Shadow Broker do to you?
I was on a job with a friend. The Shadow Broker's people caught us. My friend didn't escape. I don't know if he's dead or being interrogated. But I need to find him. I owe him my life. And I need to make the Shadow Broker pay for what he did.
You can't come with me because you're after the Shadow Broker? What if I help you find him?
I'm sorry, Shepard. The galaxy doesn't work that way. I need to find leads, trace information. I need to work. I can't do that on the Normandy. I wish I could.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do.
Thanks, Shepard. I will. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
I'll talk to you later, Liara.
I had a vague impression that blended cleaner?
Blended cleaner?
Oh, jeez. Okay. Talk to Liara later. So, I think we have to leave.
Oh, let's do Hammerhead.
And, well, no, like, we have to leave and come back. So we just have to basically get on the ship and get back on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
I
do
think, unless it's mission-based.
Yeah, my fear is that's mission-based. Because that's how it is in most BioWare games. But this is... I say most, but I don't really mean... I mean more recent BioWare games. Did I miss something?
You missed a Blaster commercial.
Oh, yes!
This one doesn't have time for your solid waste excretion.
Can I get that on a t-shirt, please? Wait. I gotta find it. I'm gonna try to see if they're...
I mean, we could go start Firewalker and then come back. I think we have the
Yes.
time to do that. Because the good thing about Firewalker is it's not a you're on this mission, that's it.
Please tell me there is like a shirt.
So I guess it's kind of a 2-for-1 today.
No, I was hoping there'd be a t-shirt. It's too bad. I always keep saying with one of our friends we should just start some more t-shirt stuff. Like an actual t-shirt shop with some of this stuff. Even though we haven't really made getting political a jingle anymore, I still kind of like that idea as on a t-shirt, but I think...
Yeah, so we'll start Firewalker and then we'll
Yes, and then we'll come back to Shadow Broker. Generality and Arcane. I hope you like how we threaded that needle. You both get what you voted for. Yeah.
Probe launched.
Generally goes, I heard half of that ad and did a double take. Yeah, it's they're so out there. Yeah, hopefully everybody's happy. Woo!
Launching probe.
That's right, Scott. I think that's part of the reason why, I know for me, I don't like when Mystic and I have to break the ties. It feels less fair, and then I feel like I'm disappointing somebody.
Probe away.
Yay! So, thank you, chat, for when we put the decision on you.
Probe launched.
The hammerhead is a poorly conceived glass cannon. Viva la Mako! TV7, I'm kind of with you on that. I don't think of it as a glass cannon. I don't think it's quite that bad. I think it's more that... I think the thing that bothers me about it is this. Fans liked the Mako. What fans liked about the Mako was the open exploration in a
Didn't you cover this
huge
already?
tank. TV7 wasn't here yet.
Ah.
What we got instead was a linear exploration in a hovercraft that was definitely not tank. So generally goes, I mean, we got a quest involving romance with Anasari. We did.
Probe away.
So we got...
Alright. We're going to moderate, so I'm just going to land.
Okay.
Probe launched. Scans have found something.
Scans have located the Hammerhead exploration vehicle and also show active data storage sites that may contain information as to the whereabouts of Doctors Case and Oloy.
I'm just going to stick with the same ones because why not?
Team first game. Woo!
Or should we switch it to team we haven't taken them anywhere?
Team crappy parents.
All right, I'm down.
Yes. Speedrunning squad selection. Yes.
This is also not a story-based DLC, so...
Yeah, it's more just kind of like, we heard you like vehicles.
I don't think the ship is safe. We've run into the Geth far too often. I'm going to stay at the next site with Dr. Oloy. I think we'll be safer there.
They made that one easy, thankfully.
Also, can I say this? The intro for the Nomad in Mass Effect Andromeda is much nicer.
Well, this was a DLC release. This is pretty good.
That's fair. This is also earlier in the development history of Mass Effect.
Yes.
Primary systems online. Welcome to the M44 Hammerhead
All right.
infantry fighting vehicle. This is your onboard VI.
And this stupid thing.
Caution, guided missile system
Yeah,
active.
like the leapfrog.
Obstruction detected.
I forgot you had to like hop like a frog.
It's also a little bit of where do I go type thing sometimes. Which is impressive with these giant pillars.
Blinded by the light.
Why is that noise that noise?
I don't know why. TB7 goes, at least Dane didn't murder his kid. I mean... Oh, is this where it's like you can't be in certain exposures?
No.
It's a red bar, so I got confused.
It says research collected.
I know, but I didn't know.
Why is that the success tone? It's so bad.
It is kind of like a fax dial-up glitched out.
Also, this is the dumbest thing. I'm having to use velocity to keep this thing centered. Just
oh my god. Ah,
well,
the Frogger returns! That's right, Generality. This is revenge of the Frogger. We are so happy I'm not playing this, right?
Oh, I see.
This, you know what this feels like? Mystic. Near the end of Act 2 of Baldur's Gate.
No? I don't follow.
You don't...
What? Why?
When you go to get
There.
I forget what it's called.
Well, don't spoil it. People haven't played it yet.
Oh my gosh. It was gonna say names that are vague, make vague face.
And that's it. That's the first mission. This is this is what the DLC is like.
I forgot! I'm really laughing because that's...
I mean, there is more to it. You get like guided, you get like rockets and stuff. But
That's true.
That's pretty much the gameplay of this DLC. Go to place, collect research, done. Like,
there's a lot of games that do that in a way that is fun. Like, I'm just like thinking
Commander,
about
you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Subnautica that we covered, right?
Mm.
This is a similar idea. Oh, I should read this. Hold on, I'm gonna shift it. Arcane goes, huh, I'm surprised that vehicle platforming never caught on. Generality goes, this looks like a segment where the controls are the primary challenge. Yeah, I would
honestly,
say
the
so.
controls aren't even that bad. It's just dull.
Yeah, that's true. It is kind of blah. Scott goes, well, that's definitely one way to have DLC play out. Oh, shall I? Commander Shepard, Arya Talok told me where to send this. I'm Neff's mother, Diana. We talked when you came to investigate her death. Arya also told me that a dead Asari woman was found in one of the wealthy apartments. That she was the one who killed my daughter. Thank you. I don't know who brought you into my life, but thank you for avenging my daughter. My Neff deserved better than this. I couldn't give it to her. But at least you killed the bitch who took what little she had away. Gratefully, Diana. Do you want me to read this one too? Yeah. Alright. What does it say in the beginning? From Project Firework, okay. Good work on recovering the Hammerhead in one piece, Commander. It will prove useful. Also, the data you recovered from the MSV Rosalie's emergency beacon contains significant intel on a few planets that Dr. Case and Dr. Aloy investigated. Edie has added the locations to your galaxy map. We hope that one of them leads you to the Prothean site. Despite Dr. Case's obvious instability, he's proven to be a brilliant and dedicated scientist. If you salvage more of his logs or journals, it would greatly help our efforts. We still don't know how to get through tracking Dr. Case, so be careful. Yes, it is nice to close the loop on that one, Scott. Scott was saying was thrown off, that we didn't talk to her afterwards. So
Only half our fuel remains.
This fuel gimmick is stupid.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna get enough fuel? I forgot we have to buy probes too.
The probes make sense to me though.
But I think if you have to buy the probes and you have to buy fuel, that's tedious.
Yeah.
I think buying the probes makes sense because it's about searching for resources.
The probes have a reason to have a limit.
Yeah.
There is never a point in this game, unless you are being woefully terrible with purchasing, that you will ever need fuel.
That's true. It's true. It's not. Should we see if we should continue?
Yeah.
A little bit of Shadow Broker, a little bit of Hammerhead.
We've still got Samara and
Thane going out.
Thane we're in that mission up until we got into the car, and then they we heard Samara say something, but I think it just came down.
I want to check that out more. Yeah, that's what she said. So it was one of those filler lines.
All right, Shepard, how far can you run? I can run farther than that.
I can run farther without my inhaler, and that's saying something.
I mean, I'm not wearing armor, but I assume the armor has some tech in it to make it move easier.
Why is it suddenly my brain just goes playing the song? I like to move it.
Talk to me, bae.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. So, what can I do for you?
How's your own work going?
The data you gave me was extremely helpful. It gave me a target. The Shadow Broker has several contacts here on Ilium. The most powerful is someone called the Observer. Taking down the Observer will put me closer to the Shadow Broker. I could use your help.
So, okay, why am I laughing? I am laughing because, well, I guess spoilers? I don't know. Do we find out?
We find out a lot more than...
Yeah, I'll save this for another time. But yeah, this line is funny when you know more about what Liara did during the 2 years that you were dead.
Right. I will also say this response, it's so funny because people will probably think that this is garbage is the less loving response. But there have been times, Mystic, where we have called each other out on our own shenanigans.
Yeah.
And it's usually in that tone. Of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, I'm like, this is garbage feels very palpable right now.
We'll indulge, though.
Yes.
Tell me what I can do to help.
Your data pointed me at logs kept by Shadow Broker agents. The logs were deleted, but it may be possible to reconstruct some of it. The Shadow Broker is cautious. His agents are referred to only by their title and race.
My inquiries have narrowed the Observer down to one of 5 operatives. A Turian, a Solarian, a Krogan, a Batarian, and a Vorcha.
If you can refine the list, I'll know where to strike.
Do you have any specifics on these agents?
I'm afraid not. Nyxeris was lucky to get as much as she did.
I was happy to help, ma'am.
The data is our only hope of determining which one is the Observer. And if we wait too long, they'll all disappear.
It's Bae.
It's Bae. Of course we're doing it.
I'll reconstruct the data and tell you what I find.
Thank you, Shepard. When you find something, call me on the radio channel we used in the old days. I can't risk handling this in person.
I'll talk to you later, Liara.
Scott goes, did all 5 of them walk into the same bar? And did it hurt?
And there's one right here. More hacking.
Yeah. I don't think it hurt the Vorcha, Scott. I don't think it was able to walk into that bar. Vorcha Trader has requested no further contact with the Solarian. Solarian is becoming more troubled than he is worth. Observer recommended a kill, but she may have a grudge.
Shepard, did you get any information on the Observer?
Okay.
Let me search for more data. I'll get back to you.
Thank you. Let me know what
So
you
it's
find.
not the Solarian and it's not the Vorcha. And it has to be a woman. Hold on a second.
We can pull them all up when we find them.
Yeah, I know. I know we don't have to. Turian contact working well with the traitor. Observer has rescinded kill order against him, given difficulty in searching contact with the traitor through other methods. Okay, so. Let's get a little bit more data.
How can you short sell on prefabs after these human colony attacks? They're going to see a ton of business.
A ton of immediate charity business, followed by a freeze as new colony plans dry up. Just watch. Sell! Sell!
Traitor tried to kill the Batarian. Claims it was because he hates slavers, but the men were more likely fighting over money. Watch for now.
There we go. Run away, you bastards. Give up your colony plans.
That's disgusting. You're making money off people's fear.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
By
right.
the shitload. Whereas your stock just fell like it was in a high-gravity environment.
It's always worth increasing your metagel capacity, guys.
Damn it.
Nope, wrong one. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you just pressed it too quickly, that's all. The Turian's asking too many questions. Observer recommends terminating him and framing assassin or Solarian contact.
This is a recall
I don't think any are up. I think they're all on this floor somewhere. Could be wrong though.
I need minimal
Because we have
heating trees.
5 data points, right?
We found 4 of them already in this one area.
You should try it my way. Look at how the wind's blowing.
We don't really have Batarian women in this game, do we?
No.
Hungry? Then come to the Fish Dog Food Shack. Tasty fare and skewers are just 5 credits for a limited time only. For the connoisseur.
Did they say the Fish Dog Food Shack?
I just noticed that, yeah.
25. Sell at 25.
No, you're not hearing me.
Is this other one somewhere else entirely? That's very annoying if so.
Yeah, it might be on a higher floor.
Do you have anything flashier?
I feel like there's another landing,
want
not
something
just
that says,
where we are as
"I
offices,
own
but that's just
Many human refugees, terminus orphans, and former slaves abandoned by Batarian. Burner is organizing Shepherds, a charity that helps human refugees, orphans, and former war prisoners. In a prepared statement, he said that this new charity is his way of showing his support for the people who protect the galaxy.
Little info on Conrad Burner there. Ah, you're right. There's one over here, like out of the way of all the other ones.
Yep. They're gonna make you walk the whole concourse. It's not as expansive as the Citadel, but... Above. You missed it. Smuggler and assassin have refused to work with the Vorcha due to lack of trust. Odd to see scruples from the men at this point. Okay, so Traitor tried to kill Batarian, claims it was because he hates slavers, but the men more likely fighting over money. Watch for now. So the Traitor tried to kill Batarian, so we don't know who the traitor is. Smuggler and assassin have refused to work with Vorcha due to lack of trust, which we know the Vorcha is not yet. Odd to see scruples from the men at this point. The Turian's asking too many questions. So wait, the smuggler and the assassin are men. And we know that the Observer's not man. The Turian's asking too many questions. Observer recommends terminating him and framing assassin or Solarian contact. So is the Solarian the other one?
We're trying to figure out who the Observer is, so it's not the Turian, it's not the Solarian.
But I'm trying to figure out who the assassin is. Turian contact working well with the traitor. Observer has rescinded kill order against him, given difficulty in securing contact with the traitor through other methods. Vorcha traitor has requested no further contact with the Solarian. Solarian is becoming more trouble than he is worth. Observer recommends a kill. She may have a grudge. So this wait. I forget if it tells you which one it is once you have all the data points.
Shepard, did you get any information on the Observer?
I believe it is none of the suspects fit.
Yeah. I think, yeah, because they're all men. It doesn't make sense, yeah. Oh, I remember who it is now. None of the suspects fit.
All 5 of the suspects are male. The Observer is female. Something's not right. Who gave you this lead?
My assistant, Nixeris. She got the information. Nixeris gave me the information. Nixeris, could I see you in here for a moment? Shepard, I'll talk to you later.
Scott, yeah, that was the right answer.
Later today, we release our annual list of Ilium's 10 richest people. Are the heavens still bright Asari blue, or have the Volus
Come on, Shepard, run. Bay's in trouble.
You have, I'll make do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mystic. If you were in trouble, I'd be wheezing. It would not be pretty.
In fact, I use this model at home, sir.
Oh. Do you?
Okay.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. Nixeris had some interesting data hidden away. Thank you, Shepard. I wouldn't have caught her without you. I'm one step closer to the Shadow Broker thanks to you. Here. Nixeris was very well compensated. You need it more than I do.
Did you have any trouble with Nixeris?
She was very talented. I imagine that had she been ordered to assassinate me, I had never seen her coming. But her barriers needed practice. Practice I'm afraid she won't be getting.
What's the next step in your hunt?
Now I gather information, peel away layers of lies, and shine light into the shadows. And when I find the Shadow Broker, I hit him with a biotic field so strong that what's left of his body will fit into a coffee cup.
Is there anything else you need from me?
No. You've done enough. If I find anything useful, I'll let you know. For now, I need to do what I do. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
How's your own work going?
I'm still waiting. Still hunting. The Shadow Broker can't hide forever. Even with Nyxeris dead, it could be years before I track the Shadow Broker down. But someday he'll slip up, and I'll be there.
Annoyingly, we've had this DLC option available this whole time.
Yes.
Again, BioWare just doesn't check these things often.
Right.
But we can't really start it now. It's past 10.
Yeah, Scott goes, damn, she's angry. Yes.
The camera zoomed in even.
The camera zoomed in. We're zoomed in. So it sounds like the next time is going to be more Hammerheaded and more Bay.
Yep.
So that's the plan for 2 weeks from now. Next week, Thursday, we are going to be doing Oblivion.
Oblivion Remastered.
Oblivion Remastered, because as I mentioned in the chat, Mystic wanted an excuse to buy the game, and so we're doing Oblivion. And honestly, how could I be mad at that? It was a business decision. So that'll be next week, and then of course, keep in mind this coming Tuesday, we will do some more Cozy Stream, guys, and I will sound less congested. Oh, Mystic, did I tell you that Laura and Liberty finally did get married?
No.
We solved the glitch just by
trying again.
Using the game's festivals to our advantage. So we have our beautiful little Laura and Liberty married. Anyway, sorry, I'm just very proud of tricking the game into doing what it was supposed to do a few live streams ago. That's the live stream schedule. Of course, we hope you check out our latest episode when it's live to the public on Saturday about... Do you want to reveal what it's about, Mystic?
Sure. We're diving into the... Okay, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay.
But we called it the Aliad.
The Aliad. It's aliens.
From Cyrodiil, but Oblivion mostly.
Yes.
And yeah. Who knew they were going to shadow drop Oblivion?
Who knew they were going to shadow drop Oblivion? Man, 2025 is crazy. So, we're a quarter of the way through. So, with that, though, I think that's where we end the stream, guys. And I try not to do my Midwestern goodbye, so...
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks so much for watching and catching up with us. That just sounds like you're saying alien with a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.